Hello, I'm Tyler Smith of Battleship Pretension, here with another entry in the Tyler's Movie Collection series. So, to keep our mini series going about political films, I want to talk about one of my favorite films of this year that I will be talking about undoubtedly when we get to our top 10 of the year in a couple weeks. And that is the film Best of Enemies, directed by Robert Gordon and Morgan Neville. Which, if you don't know, is about the very strange series of debates between William Buckley and Gore Vidal in 1968. Now, theoretically, they were supposed to cover the Republican and Democratic conventions. So that's what they were supposed to be doing. What they wound up doing was just tearing into each other. Buckley was conservative, and Gore Vidal was liberal, and so they disagreed on basically everything. But what's really interesting, I think what makes the movie work as well as it does, is that the film doesn't just make light of the very witty barbs that they take at each other, and it doesn't just view it as a precursor to modern day punditry. Instead, it actually does delve into who these guys were, and what's particularly fascinating is how similar they are. As far as their upbringing, their philosophies, certainly not their political philosophies, but their general philosophies about intellect and communication. And then even both of them trying to get into the political world, running for office, and neither of them succeeding. And so they're so similar, which is probably why they kind of hate each other. And so it's just this fascinating portrait of these two guys that while seemingly so different are actually way more alike than anybody could have possibly imagined. And I think that is one of the most invigorating things about the film, is that, you know, I am of the opinion that in our country right now, we are more divided than we ever have been. It is refreshing when I run across somebody that I disagree with politically, and they understand why I believe what I believe, and they respect it, even though they don't agree with it. That is very rare, and I'm sure for people that disagree with me, it's hard for them to find something similar going the other way. So, what I like about this film is that it acknowledges that these guys could probably get along really well if they tried, if they didn't only see where they disagreed, if they recognized just how much they have in common, then they could probably be maybe not friends, but they could probably have respect for one another. As it is, they really don't respect one another, and I don't know. There's just so much going on with the film, and it certainly does make the point that certain ideas of modern day debates, not amongst politicians, but amongst political commentators, that debates and anger and it being more about a person's personality and ad hominem attacks and that sort of thing. The film does make the argument that all originated with these debates, and it makes the case in a pretty strong way. I'm not sure if I'd agree with it completely. It seems a little bit simplified, but so the film talks about that, but it's not content to leave it at that. It also is kind of a character study, which is somewhat rare for a documentary. And also, it is remarkably fair. If I had to guess, I would say that the filmmakers probably politically agree more with Gore Vidal than with William F. Buckley, but they give each man his fair share of time and sympathy, and it's just a really remarkable film. I enjoyed it tremendously, and it is available right now online. So go and watch it and enjoy yourself. Thanks.